Trade Union Federation, Cosatu, is holding its 14th National Congress in Midrand today. The elective conference will give leaders a mandate on who to back at the ANC's December gathering. Now, it comes as some unions are unhappy with the leadership of President Cyril Ramaphosa. He's been blamed for job losses amid the electricity crisis. The federation will also discuss stalled attempts to realign the alliance. eNCA Silindelo Masikane is at the Congress and joins us yet again. Silindelo, when we spoke a bit earlier, we didn't get an opportunity to actually touch on the leadership preferences. I don't know what is the sentiment on the ground around the outgoing leadership. Have there been any groupings perhaps that are satisfied or dissatisfied with the outgoing leadership and looking to change and have a few other names added to the list of leaders?
I think for the delegates that are attending the conference for the week, that's of course something that's going to be discussed, something that's going to be a hot topic in terms of the leadership that's going to take over. We know the current leadership today is officially their last day, and of course some have accepted nominations, will be accepting nominations. But to give us more context around the conference itself, we have one of the alliance partners, that is the SACP's Alex Mashilo. Thank you so much for your time this morning. As an alliance partner, your expectations for this Congress for the week?
We expect the Congress to become successful, which means that it must strengthen both Cosatu's leadership and policy content. And following the Congress, we expect Cosatu to rise from strength to strength in implementing the program that will be adopted here. Because the Congress is a culmination, it is not an event. It will be an assessment of the last 4 years, areas for improvements, new resolutions to improve on those areas, and a new program going forward. So we are looking forward to the success of the Congress on those grounds.
Let's talk about the program moving forward. We don't know what it's going to be yet, but of course the working class, the socio-economic conditions of South Africans is going to be something that's going to be discussed. What do you say to those who have lost faith in the alliance, saying that it's not doing anything for workers?
When we waged the struggle against apartheid, we had faith in ourselves as South Africans. Our message to South Africans is, let's have faith in ourselves. Let us not outsource our agency. Let us, all of us, stand up. This is why, as the South African Communist Party, we are talking of building a powerful a socialist movement of the workers and poor, because for us to achieve change, especially the direction that we want, we need the unity of the workers and poor, so that that change can come from the ground. Except the unity of the workers and poor, there is no way we are going to achieve change. And this brings us to one of our key expectations of this Congress. We have seen towards this Congress, Cosatu embarking on a national day of action with the participation of other federations and other formations, civil society and political organizations. We need to strengthen that, because without the unity of the workers and poor and the working class at large, there is no way we are going to make it. We need to all understand that we must not look forward to someone else to emancipate ourselves. We need to stand up and do it ourselves.
Just lastly then, Mr. Mashilo, when does the alliance then hold the ruling party and the governing party accountable for these deplorable socioeconomic conditions?
Firstly, we are talking about a capitalist system here. The capitalist class is in charge of the economy. It is the capitalist bosses in the workplace who restructure the workplace and who retrench the workers. And they do so within the provisions of the Labor Relations Act. Others are doing so outside of the provisions of the Act. We must not confuse between the power that the capitalist class that controls the economy willed to make the situation worse and the electoral power that we have in the government. We must hold the government to account, yes, of course, and we must build a leading role in holding the government to account. But we need a powerful movement to tackle those who are in charge of the economy and who have the capacity to even impose on the government what to do. Take load shedding, for instance. It was the capitalist class, supported by the World Bank, supported by the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, supported by the OECD, supported by the credit ratings agencies, that said the government has no role to play in the economy. The government must not invest in building new power stations. This was adopted in the white paper on energy policy for South Africa in December 1998. Today, the World Bank, the IMF, and the capitalist bosses are not there to take responsibility. And all of us, we are saying we must hold the government to account. We must hold the government to account and tackle the capitalist bosses who are responsible in producing the capitalist crisis that is imposing the hardships the workers and poor find themselves in.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mashilo. Let me let you go so you can get ready to go inside. Of course, the program Fundo is expected to start at 10 a.m. this morning. Thank you so much for your time this morning. That is Alex Mashilo, one of the representatives of the alliance partner, that's the SACP. I'm going to ask Linge to just give you a picture as we prepare to go inside. Fundo, I know the program says it's going to start at 10 a.m. We're expecting the national anthem to kick things off. Then there'll be a presentation of the credentials report, confirmation of the Congress agenda, as well as the adoption of Congress rules. That's what we're going to see taking place. And then we'll have a National Congress roll call. Then there'll be an opening address in Fundo by the Cosatu president, that is Zingiswa Losi, the acknowledgement of grace, as well as a process report on the election of the new Cosatu national office bearers. And then at some point, we'll have an address by the ANC and possibly the SACP as well. In fact, I've already seen the Gauteng Premier and the ANC chair, our last chair, former chair, that is David Makura. He's here as well. I've seen the NEC's Barbara Creasy, as well as some other NEC members from the ANC. So it does seem as though the program will kick off at any moment now, and of course bringing you those visuals live here on DSTV 403.
No, most certainly we'll catch up with you as soon as the program does in fact get underway. A little bit